think that's before I hung it up. And see, now I'm going back to it now. I think that's before I hung it up. Yeah, there you go. And see, now I'm going back to it now. I think that's before I hung it up. Yeah, there you go. And see, now I'm going back to it now. I think that's before I hung it up. Hold on, pause that. I mean, turn it down, turn it down. Feedback.
Okay. You got the scripture.
Yeah. You want to
yeah, we go.
You said Deuteronomy 28.
So okay, so it's starting over.
It's continuing on.
All right, we basically gonna start over, man, cause we don't know what if brothers was hearing us or not. Basically, man, we got this article. And y'all let us know if the sound go out again. This article from the Jackson Free Press, man, which is a local newspaper. I think we need to just start it over.
No, we can keep going.
Which is a local newspaper, man. And this article was printed out in 2013 of July, man. And the title of it is "Racism Affects Families from Generation to Generation," man. And it's a true statement, man. Because from the time the so-called white man came over here, man, which are you so-called white people out of Edomites, man, storming Christopher Columbus, y'all started to slaughter the Northern Kingdom, which is the so-called Native American Indians, the Hispanics and Latinos, man. From the way y'all treated them until now, and the conditions y'all subjugated them to, and then later y'all came and got the Southern Kingdom, man. You know, early 1600s, and brought us over here. Y'all subjugated all the 12 tribes, which are the Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. We've been affected by from what y'all did until now, man. You know, even though we ain't in that hardcore slavery and chains, is all the conditions, all the mind frame that y'all been putting in us since then, it affect us now, man.
God.
So, like this article said, racism affects families from generations to generations. You got that Ecclesiastes 3 too, though.
Yeah.
Where you at? Verse 15?
Yeah.
That's the right scripture?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead with it.
All right, this Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which are being is now.
See, that which is being is now. Go ahead.
And that which is to be have already been.
That which is to be have already been. What is that which is to be, man? We gonna take you we gonna take all you nations down again, man. Just like under the rule of King Solomon, or them 40 years in King David. That's what we waiting on, man. Go ahead, but this time it's gonna be a perfect kingdom set up, man. You know, where righteousness dwells. You know, even though we was ruling over you nations, we still was subjugated to these wicked bodies, so we was going off. King David went off, you know what I'm saying? King David broke law, statutes, commandments. King Solomon too, man. Go ahead, Doc.
And the Most High required that which is past.
The Most High required that which is past, man. So the other nations ain't get away with nothing they did, man. The way they treated us and the way they still been treating us. That's why the name of this topic is systematic racism, man. So the system is and we gonna spell it right, but the system is set up. The system is already set to be racist against us. You know what I'm saying? So the so-called white people don't have to act it out right now. You already got a system in place. You know, and we gonna go more into this article, man. Okay, good. Stawada, go ahead, read that again.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and the Most High required that which is past.
And the Most High required that which is past, man. So now get Revelations 13, 9 and 10. So the Most High required that which is past, man. So you so-called white people haven't gotten away with nothing, man. Because you just took the chains off us physically and you put mental chains on us, man. So now we in a mental slavery. That's worse because we don't know, man. We don't even know we slaves now. We think we free, man. Go ahead,
13.
9 and 10.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Right.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So that's our patience and our faith, man. This is what we patiently and faithfully and patiently waiting on, man. You know, for the so-called white man to reap what he sowed, basically. Get Ecclesiastes 1, verse 9 and 10.
Alright, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The things that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done.
Right.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
And there is no new thing under the sun. Go ahead. So just like the so-called white man came and done us during the time of the Renaissance period, when they came back into power starting in 1492, he done that during the time of the Greeks. He done that during the time of the Romans, man. So it wasn't no new thing. He just perfected it this time. Go ahead.
He mastered how to do it without having any errors of us coming back. Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new, it have been already of old time, which was before us? And like the brother said, like the scriptures going into it says, is there anything new? It have been of old time, which was before us. Like he said, during the times of the Romans, times of the Greeks, during the time of the Renaissance, it was already, they had already done it before to us, you know, multiple times. So it ain't nothing new that they did it to us again.
Right. That's it on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, just let us know. I'm gonna cut mine off now. Now I'm gonna go into this article a little bit, and we gonna filter. We basically gonna go into the scriptures and gonna read this article. Then we're gonna go and break it down with the scriptures, basically, man. It said in the 1940s and 50s, and the precepts would come up with just bring them out. In the 1940s and 50s, university segregation prevented many black and Latino GIs from obtaining higher education promised by the GI Bill, man. So going to the American soldiers, basically, man. It said discriminatory mortgage practices prevented people of color from developing assets through home ownership, also insured by the GI Bill, man. We can pause right here. So lock you real quick, brother. Hello? Right. So now we're gonna go into the character. We're gonna go into basically how the GI Bill, how it was a racist system already set up, man, to discriminate against our people, basically, man. Okay, it got three classification of groups of people. You got the so-called white man, you got the so-called Negro, and you got the Latino, man. So starting off with Philip, it got Philip as the white man, Thomas as the so-called black man, and Juan as a so-called Latino. So all of them started off low income. It's a family status, so all of them started off low income. Then goes into father's education status, man. White veteran, he had a high school diploma from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's Philip. And then Thomas, it says black veteran, high school diploma from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Then you got a Latino veteran, high school diploma from Texas. Then the GI Bill with the FHA and VA loans. This basically going to the affordable housing loans that the GI Bill gave the groups of people, basically, man. Now it's going into the so-called white man, Philip. He was able to use low interest provisions to move from public housing to a segregated suburban home ownership. And his Tom was under that same GI Bill for the FHA and VA loans. He could not access home loan because of racially restricted underwriting criteria. Family remained in rental housing in the city, man. So this how they set it up to keep us in the ghettos, keep us in the projects. You know, it was all a systematic. It was systematically designed, man. And this just going into veterans, people. You know what I'm saying? Different veterans who went into the military, man. This ain't even covering regular families who didn't do that, you know. So it was a way worse situation for them. But this showing how the so-called white man got up in this society, man. Because we know he's not a harder worker than us, man. You know, but it all go back to the curses of the Lord brought upon us, man. In Deuteronomy 10:28. But we just breaking this down to show you how the so-called white man, you know, how it's a systematic racism now, man. Now this going into one, the Latino. Under that same FHA VA loans. He could not access home loan because of racial restrictive underwriting criteria. Family remain in rural rental housing, man.
And if I could just add on to what he's saying, what he bringing out, that's how you know blacks and Latinos, they are the same nation, same people. You know, of course, in this society, they label us as two different nations, but according to the scriptures, we all Israelites. And that's why they received, you know, they had the same problems we be having. Going through the same thing we be going through with the so-called white man, because, you know, we the same nation. So he gonna treat us the same.
Now this is another subject. It said consequences for child's well-being. Because see, like you said, it started off with the father's education status, man. Because they already know the father's supposed to be the head of the household. So however his status is going to affect the family, basically, you know. So now this is the consequences of the child's well-being, because that's what it all is going to fall into the child, basically. So this for Philip, for the so-called white man. After he was able to use low interest provisions to move from public houses to segregated suburban home ownership. So this is how these so-called white people ended up in the suburbs. They was able to get loans from the bank at low interest rates. That's how they move, you know what I'm saying? They still do this to this day, man. It said a family this going into the white family. It said family borrowed from home equity mortgage to support child's college education. First family to go to college. So this going into the white man, man. Shalom, Mark. Shalom, Nakamai.
Shalom.
Now this the consequences for the child's well-being, the so-called black man, which is Thomas, man. Family could not afford to send child to college. High school diplomas it said his high school diploma is from segregated under-resourced schools. Right. And this same system still set up today. Get on, you had some? Get on Isaiah 42. The consequences for the child well-being going into the Latino, it said family could not afford to send a child to college. High school diploma is from under-resourced language, segregated and racially segregated school, man. So the whole system, this showing you how the so-called white man got up in society, man. You got it out?
Yeah.
As we go, where it said, who is deaf, who is blind but my servant, he is for a prey.
Yeah, I got it. This let's see, I'm gonna start above it. No, I'm gonna start one verse above it. This Isaiah chapter 42, verse 18. Hear, ye deaf, and look, ye blind, that ye may see.
Right, so that's why we telling our people, man. Because damn the so-called white man, man. You know, he on trial right now, man. So we read him his sentence, man. But we here to wake our people up and let them know, man, all this according to the scriptures and it's historical facts proven, showing you how the so-called white man got up in society, man. It's systematic racism. Go ahead, out.
Who is blind but my servant?
Right.
Or deaf as my messenger that I sent?
Right. So who is blind to these facts, man? Because our people think it's, oh, you can go to work now and like it's equal playing fields, man. You know, that's what the majority of our people think, but it's not, man. They think how you see the so-called white people in their white suburban neighborhoods, oh, they work hard to get there. No, the system was designed to put them there, man. But this is because this is their kingdom, man. This is their kingdom. Go ahead,
or deaf as my messenger that I sent.
Come.
Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant.
Right. Going into the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. You spiritually blind, man. But that's what we're here to do. We're here to wake you up, man. We're here to open that third eye up, man. Go ahead.
Seeing many things, but thou observest not.
See, you see many things, but you observe it not, man. Go ahead. You see how people get shot down in the street, man. You see when you go to them banks, now it's proven that when we did start to get loans, they had higher interest rates for the Negroes and Latinos, man, which made it harder to pay back, man. So it's only gonna put you more in debt. Go ahead.
Opening the ears, but he heareth not.
Right. So we're here to open the ears of the elect of our people, man. Go ahead.
The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake.
The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake, man. So we here to restore that righteousness to our people too, man. Go ahead.
He will magnify the law and make it honorable.
That's what we doing, man. How he magnify the law and make it honorable? Through his servants. Go ahead. So we magnify the law and it's gonna be honorable again, man. Because this is how we got in this condition in the first place. By breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, going back to Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Go ahead,
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is a people robbed and spoiled. Go ahead.
They are all of them snared in holes.
They are all of them snared in holes.
They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey.
They are for a prey.
And none delivereth.
And none delivers. I want you to go ahead. I want you to stop at the end of that verse.
For a spoil, and none saith restore.
And for a spoil, and none saith restore. But that's what we're here to do. We're here to restore our people, man. That's what the Lord, that's why the Lord said he has set forth the apostles last, man. That's why Paul said that, man. Because we here to restore. We here to restore our people, man. You know, that's what the elect gonna do. We even here, we set for the preservation of our people, man. Israel, the rest of Israel gonna be brought back through us. I'm gonna keep going in the article though. Now it said consequences for child. Stay with that scripture, but yeah, it said consequences for child's adulthood, man. So like it said, the title is Racism Affects Families from Generation to Generation. And the scripture says that too, man. You know, that is going to Philip, which is the so-called white man. It said Philip gets professional job, buys own house, inherits appreciated houses when his father dies, man. So this is the benefits of the so-called white family, man. This is the benefits they receive, man. Because you still gonna receive the benefits from his everything passed down from your father.
Your forefathers.
Get that get Baruch 3 and 8 right quick. I'm gonna read on this for Thomas. Going to the so-called black man. It said Thomas works in a minimum wage jobs, continues to live in family home, considers joining the army, has to borrow money when father dies to give him decent funeral. You see this, bro?
And just think about that on a mass scale, you know, not just for one person or just a group of people, but a mass number of, you know, Israelites having to do that.
Now this is for the Latino man. This consequences for a child's adulthood. So this why you had, like, you know, the child adulthood, he might still be living with mama, living with daddy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's systematic, the system set it up that way, man. It's like the so-called white man is so much smarter. No, the system was set up because this is their kingdom, man. So that's how the system was set up for them to be on top, man. It said one. Let me get my light out on my phone. One, which this is for the Latinos and Hispanics. One works in minimum wage job, continues to live in family home, marries newcomer Latino, seeing part of family's limited income to her extended family in Mexico. Right, man. So there you go, man. Now the next subject is the consequences for the next generation. We're gonna read this, then we're gonna get that Baruch 3 and 8. It's going to the so-called white man. It said Philip gives children his father appreciated house. You know what I'm saying? So now Philip, he didn't only buy his own house, now he got his father's house. So now he passes his father's house to his children. They live in thriving community. Their college education paid by home equity. So they basically borrow against the house they got to pay for the child's college. Then they not still in debt. Philip establishes trust fund for grandchildren. You can come in anytime you want to, right? But we're gonna see the flip consequences. We're gonna see the other side of the so-called the Negroes and the so-called Negroes and Latinos, man. What are they the consequences for the next generation? Get what you been say?
Yeah.
It said Thomas' children have no houses to inherit. They,
and I want to speak on that. And you can see that because a lot of times, you know, when so-called black man or, you know, the so-called black family, they raise their kids, so their kids got to go out on their own and get their own place. You know, the parents go help them, but, you know, they don't have no house that they can just pass. Most of them don't have a house that they can just pass down unless the parents die off, or, you know, unless, you know, the parents might have some money or something. But for most, you know,
the majority
of our people, we don't have a house that we can give to our children. So, you know, our children, they're gonna have to go off and get their own place, get their own apartment, house, or, you know, however it may be, or live with some friends until they're able to go off on their own.
It said Thomas' children have no houses to inherit. They live in disinvested communities, the ghettos, the hoods, the favelas, borrows. At work, they complete college on work study and student loans with subsequent starting debts to pay back.
Because a lot of people, when they go to college, they get in debt. You know, they got to take out loans, and then, you know, they do work study because a lot of them, you know, they might have to stay on campus or something. They don't really have a job, so work study is the best way they can do it. But they don't pay them nothing at work study either. You know, college getting all that money and don't pay the students nothing.
Right. It said they have personal assets to leave grandchildren.
And that's how it is. You know, they leave them personal items. You know, you might have like maybe some furniture, maybe some like portraits or something, you know, stuff like that. But it's never nothing where, you know, they can really thrive off of it, you know, other than some furniture. And the furniture might be old.
They mama one thing, they leave them is debt, man. They be in debt, you know what I'm saying? How to pay this off, pay that off, man. Cause their house, 9 times out of 10, the house don't be paid for. You know, it's all type of stuff, man. And this for the Latino. It said consequences for the next generation, man. So this is what we try to this is what we here to bring light to, man. This is why you got something called it's been known as white privilege, man. And it's been a time since America been established into now, man. Even when they created the Constitution, that was for you so-called white people, man. We was in slavery during that time, man. Independence Day, when y'all declared y'all so-called independence from Europe, we was in slavery, so that didn't have nothing to do with us. But this the consequences for the next generation, for the Latino. One's children have no houses to inherit. They live in disinvested communities, so ain't nobody investing in the communities. At work, they complete work on they complete college on work study and student loans with subsequent starting debts to pay back. One has free personal assets to leave grandchildren. So that's how we inherited basically is debt. We go to college, but now we get student loans. So the so-called white people, like you said, they'll use their home equity. And this was in the 40s and 50s, man. So this how they got up above us, man. This is how they got above us.
And like I said, racism affects families from generation to generation. So like you said, it's from the 40s to 50s. We all the way in 2020. So that stuff been passed on down from years, generation to generations. And the same stuff been going on with our people from generation on to generation.
And then it said, now it goes into, in 2010, the average white family had $632,000 in wealth. This as a family. Now in 2010, the average black family had $98,000 in wealth. In 2010, the average Hispanic family had $110,000 in wealth, man. So it's like they make it, they by the time 2010 came, which the number is higher, man. They make it, they had 6 times more wealth, you know what I'm saying? 6 times more. So that's like, if you made $1, they made $6, basically, man. So to your every $100,000, they averaging $600,000, man, a family. But this is what, and this started from this, you know, this just a research they done from the 40s to the 50s, man. And the numbers way higher now, man. And we just showing how, like I said, racism affects family from generation to generation, man. So this how we ended up in this situation, man. Matter of fact, get Sirach 10 and 6. So this how you so-called white people got up in society, man. But you finna come down, man. Go ahead.
This Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injustice practices. Injurious practices.
Right. So this going into how you treat or go against this going into laws against your brother, which is the Israelites, man. Somebody that of your same people, man. Bear not hatred against your neighbor every cause. And then what it say? Practice not injurious practices. Right.
Do nothing at all by injurious practices.
Do nothing at all by injurious practices, man. Don't be trying to harm him, basically. Go ahead. Especially if he ain't had to harm you like that. Go ahead.
Pride is hateful before the Most High and man. And by both do one commit iniquity.
See, and by both do one commit iniquity, you know what they call it, the Esau the most proud. Go ahead.
Because of unrighteous dealings.
And this the point. Because of unrighteous dealings.
Injuries.
And
riches got by deceit.
Man. Not to talk about how they took all the gold, all the resources from the northern kingdom, and then took our resources also, man, that we had, the different resources we had, man, the gold, the silver, you know, all the different precious stones.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So that's how y'all got on top, man. The kingdom was translated from one people to another by riches gotten by deceit, man. So this was a deceitful practice the system already set up, man, to keep us at the bottom.
Is it getting darker than you?
Yeah, it probably is. Your car on?
Yeah, it's still on. Should be.
Yeah, crank it up, huh? It won't crank? Back at the same where we was at?
Yeah. Supposed to be, yeah. Yeah, there go all the comments.
Hey, Salakia, bro. Salakia, Akim. Read that 10 and 8 again. That's Sirach 10 and 8.
All right, this Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. All right. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right, so that's what happened, man. They got all these riches by deceit, and the kingdom was translated from one people to another. So, because even all the stuff they took from us, you know, even how they built up everything during slavery, when they let the chains off, man, we started to thrive again. You know what I'm saying? As a nation, man, with the Black Wall Street, with all the black business. So they had to come up with another plan, man. After they destroyed all the black businesses, you know, like they dropped bombs on Black Wall Street, and then they destroyed the black businesses again and put us back at the bottom. They came up with a systematic racism to keep us under them, man. You know, as a whole nation, man, as a whole family, man. That's it. Keep going.
Why is the earth and ashes proud?
Why is earth and ashes proud? Talking about you so-called white people, man. Because you got proud after this, man. And y'all still walking y'all pride now. Like y'all ain't got white privilege, man. So-called white privilege. You got Edomite privilege because this is your kingdom, man.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, man. So y'all coveted everything we had. That's why y'all came and took us in slavery, man. You know, y'all still covered. We deliver for the little things we have established now. Y'all still try to take that away from. We can't pay our rent, you want to take the house. Can't pay taxes on the house, you want to take it, man. Go ahead, can't miss one car note, you trying to come repossess the car. So there's no more wicked than a covetous man, man. So the most so-called white man is the most wickedest thing on the face of the earth. Go ahead.
For such and one setteth his own soul to sell.
But now our people done got covetous, man. But your so-called white man, you was the first one to sell your soul. You sold your birthright, man. The book of Genesis. Go ahead.
Because he liveth. Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
While you living, you cast away your bowels. You sold your birthright. And now you try to have our people to follow your lead, man. But we're here to wake our people up, man, and let them know, man. Everything that's happening is systematically designed to keep you at the bottom, man. But we can show you in the Bible, man. Get Ecclesiastes 5 and 7, I think.
5 and 7.
I think that's what it is.
I see his oppression.
Come.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, 7 though. This Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 7. For in the multitude of dreams and many words there are also divers vanities, but fear thy power. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice and the providence.
Right. Go ahead.
Marvel not at the matter.
So marvel not at the matter. Go ahead. Because we just read about the systematic racism, the systematic oppression, man. Go ahead.
For he that is higher than the highest regardeth. Right.
So the Most High seeth everything, man. Go ahead.
And there be higher than they.
Right. Get that word oppression in I got it, my bad. We'll get that word oppression right there. Because a lot of people don't understand what oppression is. They don't understand they still being oppressed, man. Even if they worth millions of dollars, you still oppressed. We're gonna get the word, we're gonna get the definition for oppressed. Which the Hebrew word is ashak, which it means, it's a oppression, extortion, injury. And read that again, Sirach 10 and 8, on gain by think thing deceitfully gotten. So this is oppression. Now read that again. It said violence, injury. Violence, injury, especially oppression of the poor, is shown in defrauding, extortion, and spoliation. So like I said, who was robbed, who was spoiled? But my servant Israel, man. You know, go ahead out.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8.
Unjust gains. So all these definitions for oppression is finna go
Righteous dealings.
because of unrighteous dealings, oppression,
Injuries.
That's another synonym for oppression. Go ahead.
And riches got by deceit.
It said then it said what it said. Something taken away by force or unjust gain.
God. The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So from oppression, this how they translated the kingdom, from one people to another, man. Now get Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. You had some? Right in there.
Okay. This Ecclesiastes.
So like it says, thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judges and justice in the proper. Don't marvel at the matter. We understand what's going on. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
See, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Go ahead, because we understand we oppressed now. So if you worth millions and you getting money taken out your check, that's extortion. So you still oppressed.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. So, but you see, your gift, the gift they gave you, it destroyed your mind. You don't even realize you oppressed now. Just cause they let you get this little so-called money, man. Our people don't still realize they oppressed, man. You know, you can say something?
No, go
ahead. Get Proverbs 14, verse 27 and 28. Right, man. It's been I've been catching hell trying to get the lesson out today, man. But it's all good, man.
Come on. It's gonna come out regardless. He said Proverbs 13.
Proverbs 14, verse 27, I think, or 28.
Alright, this Proverbs chapter 14, I'm going to start at verse 27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death.
Right.
And in the multitude of people is the king's honor.
Go ahead.
But in the want of people is the destruction of the prince.
Right, go ahead.
He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly.
Right, and that's the so-called white man. Go ahead.
I see what you want.
Okay.
A sound heart is the life of the flesh.
No, it's
31. Verse 31.
Where there's Proverbs 14.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll read down to it. Verse 30. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones.
So the so-called white man, this is what he got. He got rottenness of his bones, man, because he envy us. But he teach our people that's why the scripture said, envy not your oppressor, man. Because his fall is coming, man. And then you especially don't envy your own people, man. Go ahead.
He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker.
See, he that oppresses the poor reproaches his maker. So this all they've been doing. They can't get to the maker. So they gonna treat us this way, man. But just when Yahushua came, you see what they done to him? Which he the maker, he the creator of all things. So he that oppresses the poor, they reproaches his maker. They want Yahushua. You know, go ahead.
But he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor.
He that honoreth him have mercy on the poor.
The wicked is driven away in his wickedness.
And that's what's finna happen.
But the righteous have hope in his death.
Right, man. Go ahead.
Wisdom resteth in the heart of him that have understanding.
So we understand all this now, man. We understanding why we got put at the bottom, man. Because the Lord said that was gonna happen, man. Go ahead.
Wisdom resteth in the heart of him that have understanding, but that which is in the midst of fools is made known. Righteousness exalteth a nation.
So this is what we doing now. Like you said, when we read in Isaiah, it said going into the righteousness of the Lord, man. We exalting our nation with this, man. That's what we doing now, man. This is for the exaltation of our nation, man. Go ahead, bro.
But sin is a reproach to any people.
Right.
The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causeth shame.
It was another scripture I was thinking of. Head, he should get the head, you should be the head, and you should be the tail. Deuteronomy 28. That should get led to you. Your head should be the tail.
All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Verse 44.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Go ahead.
Read it over.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28.
What did you have the scripture that I should bring a fierce nation? Read that and then skip down to that. It was fierce nation. I should bring a fierce nation upon you. You had it earlier. It's 28 and start at verse. Oh, it's coming down to 49. You go ahead, keep reading.
All right.
Where you started at?
I was at 44.
Start at 41.
This is this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, but they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and fruits of the land shall the locust consume.
Right, go ahead.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
So we understand that this all the curses that the Lord brought upon us, man. But he used the so-called white man to implement them, man. Go ahead.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
So how do we come from under these curses? By coming back to your nationality and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. This is the righteousness. So this is the righteousness that's going to preserve our nation, man. So that's why it's for the elect now, but it's set for the preservation of the whole nation of Israel, because the 2/3 going to come back through the loins of the elect. Go ahead, bro.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments, his statutes, which he commanded thee. And thou shalt be and they shall be upon thee for a sign, for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So, right. So this is what happened from generation to generation. This is what came upon us, man. But now it's time for the curses to be lifted up off us. Isaiah 40. Come for my people. Come for my people, man. And let them know their iniquity is accomplished. They have received double for all their sins. Go ahead.
Because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
Right.
For the abundance of all things.
Right. Because see, the so-called white man ain't show us no mercy, man. Get that real quick. Because even though the Lord brought these curses upon us, Isaiah 47:6, even though the Lord brought these curses upon us, he showed us no mercy, man. So he gonna pay. So now he finna pay, man. Because after slavery, he still showed us no mercy, man. He still came right back and was like, nah, man. We got to keep them in a certain position, man. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6. Mine inheritance.
Right, so the Lord got mad with us because we didn't serve him with joyfulness and cheerfulness of heart, man. But we just showing you what systematic racism is, man. Because all the benefits from generation to generation that they received off slavery, even after they left the chains off us, they still feared us so bad, and we still had that spirit of the Lord upon us. We the chosen, we the right of his inheritance. We were still able to create something out of nothing, man. And they had to come bring us down again, man. Go ahead. So, because even Martin Luther King, his last speech, that's what he said, man. His last speech, you see them speeches he was making in '67 that got him killed. He was like, when the so-called peasant white man came from Europe and came to America, the government gave them millions and funded them, taught farmers how to plant crops, and then gave them millions of dollars that they ain't have to pay back. But the same black man, what he was like, when they let the chains off of what they gave us freedom to, they freed us to be homeless. They freed us, they gave us freedom basically to try to get it out the mud, to make it on our own, basically, man. Cause see, the slave master had to take care of the slaves. So when they freed us, we had no home, we ain't had nothing, man. You know, and that was one of Martin Luther King's last speeches that got him killed, man. Which they don't show those speeches, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6, I was wroth with my people.
Right.
I have polluted my inheritance.
Right.
And given them into thine hand.
So y'all ain't do nothing special. The Lord gave us into y'all hand. Go ahead, but guess what y'all messed up at?
Thou didst show them no mercy.
Right.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
So y'all ain't show us no mercy. And what does James 2 say, man? He will show no mercy to him that show no mercy. So y'all not gonna get shown no mercy, man.
Come
on. We're gonna end it with Lamentations 4:21. Because now y'all finna drink of the same cup, man. But we just going into how this systematic racism, man, is what got our people at the bottom, man. Because we know we work harder than the so-called white man. We know he's smarter than him, man. But this is a system set up by credit, man. It's a credit-based system, man. So they was establishing that good credit through the loan, you know what I'm saying? And that's how they able to get what they need now, man. But they got the systematic racism going, man. So they don't have to hang you. They hang you systematically now. And they'll put you in a situation to make you hang yourself. The cheered inheriting debt. So that's where, and then like you said, now they growing up in these disinvested neighborhoods where it's high crime, where it's high drug activity, which leads to Proverbs 30:8. Get that real quick.
And they putting the drugs in the neighborhood.
Come.
They purposely setting up the situations for us to destroy ourselves.
Come.
It's Proverbs 30:8. Remove far from me vanity and lies.
Right.
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
So remove far from us vanity and lies, man. You so-called white people, you a damn liar, man. You never work harder than us. You were never smarter than us, man. You set up a system to keep us at the bottom, man. And this was, like we were saying, the article just going into veterans. This ain't even covering the families who weren't in the military, so they got it way worse. You know, wasn't no loan set up for them, you know, because they promised through their GI Bill, you get a loan, you know what I'm saying, you get different benefits, man. But from the 40s and the 50s, you know, it's kind of, it's still some bullshit now. Because you never know what the so-called white veteran, he get way more benefits, and his interest rates and stuff, you don't have to pay that money back quick as he have to, man. As the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Latinos do. Go ahead,
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
Because that's what the so-called white man did. He set up a system to impoverish us. You know, he set that up. Go ahead.
Lest I be full and deny thee.
Lest I be full and deny thee. Go ahead.
And say, who is the Lord?
Right. So give me neither poverty nor riches. Go ahead. So this why the Lord, he keep us in that balanced situation. You know, especially the men of the Lord, you know. He just keep you satisfied. Food, clothing, shelter, be there satisfied with. Go ahead.
Or lest I be poor and steal.
Lest I be poor and steal. Because this is what growing up in impoverished neighborhood is going to do. You going to start to commit crime. You going to start to do stuff to feed yourself. This the man of the Lord saying this, man. So the so-called white man read that, and he always going to the left-hand side of the scriptures to force our hand, man. Because he knows a cause and reaction to everything, man. So I'm going to impoverish them, and this is what's going to cause them to do. They not only going to steal, they going to do stuff to survive. It's natural for you to do that. Go ahead.
And take the name of the Lord in vain.
And take the name of the Lord in vain, man. Then get that Lamentations 4. Which we gonna continue this lesson, man. One day this week. Go ahead.
This 4 verse 21.
What 20 say?
Verse 20. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits.
Right.
Of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen.
And we've been living under the shadow of the Lord among the heathen, man. Because like Lamentations 3:21 say, it's by his mercies we are not consumed. By the mercies of the Lord, man, because they try to destroy us, man. But we still here with the systematic racism. Go ahead, Doc.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So you've been doing what you're supposed to do. Go ahead.
That dwelleth in the land of Uz.
That dwelleth in the land of Oz. Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Now the cup finna pass through unto thee. Go ahead.
Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked.
Thou should be drunken, and you making yourself naked right now. Go ahead. Because, go ahead, Doc.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. Go ahead.
O daughter of Zion.
So now this is why we got this truth now. Our punishment is up now. Go ahead.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
So we living out the last couple of years of our sentence, man. You know, the last couple of hours. Go ahead.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
So now he finna visit your iniquity, man. You so-called white people, man.
He will discover thy sins.
He will discover thy sins. This is what's going on, man. So, like you said, the earth should disclose her all her blood, man, that you have defiled, man. The earth disclosing everything, how you got on top, man. Which we knew, but we got the proof to prove it now through articles and stuff, man, through different things, man. So you being exposed, man. You know, so for you so-called white people that don't understand white privilege, man, we just went into a little bit on. We're gonna continue this lesson though, man. You know. Hey, but with that, man, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well. Peace, salutation, and love to the elect of the nation of Israel, man. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Your iniquity is almost up, man. Your iniquity is accomplished, man. You will no longer go into captivity. We will no longer be at the bottom, man. You know? And with that, man, shalom.
Shalom.